Hey guys, MrSupremacy here, and welcome to episode 1 of GameTalks, a show where I explore a particular question or an issue that's arisen in the gaming world, or, one that's around, that is asked a lot, and I sort of just put out my own opinion on that, or shed some light. And for the first episode, I chose a question that I kind of have been asking myself ever since I saw the trailer for Dungeon Defenders and learnt what it was, which was, of course, how well would having these action RPG elements in a tower defense game work? How well would that go together? Because I could sort of see a few advantages and a few disadvantages in that, and yeah, so as soon as I saw that, I was just like, hey guys, let's pre-order this game and check it out. And we got it, and I've played just a little bit over 10 hours so far, and I'm already starting to see the advantages and disadvantages of going with this kind of hybridization of the tower defense genre. So first of all, multiplayer, a multiplayer tower defense game is a pretty good idea, and the whole third person hack and slash play type gives this sort of intense hacky slashy experience to the player and your friends, and the fact that you have this crystal that you need to protect gives this kind of I guess sort of meaning to what everything you're doing. So you're not just running around the map killing monsters at random. Of course, there's selected doorways that they all go in and out, and each player needs to position themselves strategically around the map, and that's sort of what I mean. Teamwork isn't an essential factor. It's not like you're kind of forced into teamwork. It's sort of, but it is sort of it can be a big part of whether you succeed or fail in a round in this game. And yeah, so on the other hand of all these the things that could make this good, you've got this whole thing of, if it is a poorly executed tower defense RPG game, the RPG elements could just easily be just this slapped on the side thing to appeal to a particular audience or suit the theme of the game, or actually the first thing I thought was it could just be this excuse to add a heap of extra content to make it all look, ooh, wow, Diablo, or something like that, to sort of force people to play the game longer than they need to get this, the experience of what the general purpose of the game is. So going off my play experience so far with Dungeon Defenders, essentially what you're doing in a game of Dungeon Defenders is, as I said before, you and your teammates, you position yourselves around the map in a way that each person is assigned a particular doorway or doorways where they need to defend that. And then here I'm playing the Apprentice, which is the only class I've played so far. He can position blockades and his magic missile shooty towers all over the map, and then my friend played the monk. He's got aura things he can place around the place, and the squire, he's got his little spiky trappy things, and the huntress is the proximity mines, which are frickin' boss. And yeah, so you're positioning that around, and then it goes from the build phase to the combat phase, and essentially you're just trying to stop the enemies from destroying the crystal. And a big factor in what determines whether you win or lose in this game is based on what you've done in the game up till that point. That's a thing that adding RPG elements to the game can both be a good thing or a bad thing. You see, in a leveling system, it can create a richer and deeper play experience for the player, but on the other hand, it can take away from the simplicity of the typical arcade-style tower defense game. So an example of this is, I could be, me and my friends, we could be like, oh man, I feel like playing some Dungeon Defenders right now. And we get on, it's like, what class am I going to play? You can't necessarily do that, because you've got this whole character progression thing with the leveling system. if I wanted to go from playing the apprentice to a squire, we'd have either my other friends, they'd have to carry me a lot in the match, or we'd have to go straight all the way back to the beginning and start playing on the all the low level maps, when we could be up to say the 10th map, or playing a game that requires level 40 or something. There's level requirements on things, and it's not it's no longer a skill based tower defense game, it's a character performance based tower defense game. So with this whole thing of you're killing monsters, you're getting experience points and loot, you're then spending mana, or well, the money you get, which is called mana in this game, you're spending that to get new weapons, or to invest in your weapons to further enhance your character's performance in game. And then of course you're leveling up and you're putting stat points on to level whatever you want, and again there's this whole character performance based way of going about everything. So actually an analogy I could give you to make it sort of easier to understand is that imagine if Team Fortress 2 had a leveling system. Now a game like Team Fortress 2 is obviously a class based first person shooter, but different genres, same sort of thing. I could be playing as a spy, and I could be going crappy as a spy, and then I could go, man, I feel like changing classes, I want to play the heavy. But oh wait, I'd go back to level, I'd have to play as whatever level the heavy is. The amount of, how will I perform is based off how long I've played as a heavy. So to be able to change classes and perform, be evenly matched against your enemies, you would have to first have played that heavy for a sufficient amount of time and have a sufficiently powerful weapons to be able to perform well in that. And yeah, so generally a leveling system, I'm not saying a leveling system is bad, I'm just saying it's a different perspective of gameplay, and it has its strong and weak points. So all in all, Dungeon Defenders, I can definitely say that it works. As from the minute I saw it, I saw that this game is either going to be awesome or it's going to be terrible. I'd say it's pretty awesome. It's not incredible, but it's certainly not bad, which is what my friends' initial reactions were. I'm sure they'll probably have something to say about me telling you guys that, but they were just like, oh, this game looks tower defense. I don't know, probably had his period or something, I don't know, but I just looked at this game and went, okay, this game has potential. And that's right, it definitely did. And it's a game that I've been looking at reviews, and a lot of people are giving them 90 and higher reviews, because this whole they've executed well the whole RPG thing with the leveling system, and the way that as you level you get more mana, and you sort of getting more mana to get more skills, and it's just this hectic, intense hack and slash thing. That's the other thing, the whole they did well doing the whole third person hack and slash play type, because it makes it a lot more action based. That's sort of what gives it the whole action word before RPG. And there is of course the competitive counterpart to Dungeon Defenders around the moment, which is Orcs Must Die. I have no idea why they didn't make it multiplayer. I haven't actually played it, but we were like, oh no, let's not get Dungeon Defenders, let's get Orcs Must Die. And then we look at it, and it's single player. I was like, well, yeah, it's weird. Everyone's actually having a whinge about it. I was watching a Machinima video, and they were having a bit of a whinge about that. But yeah, so I'm assuming that all sort of aspects of what I'm talking about that are unrelated to specific gameplay mechanics for Dungeon Defenders would sort of go the same way with Orcs Must Die. So yeah, Dungeon Defenders, it definitely works for the price that it is. It's definitely worth a look if you're sort of interested in this kind of thing. I'd highly recommend getting this game. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Leave some feedback. It's the first episode, it's just sort of a trial thing. If everyone hates it, I'm probably not going to be willing to do any more videos. So if you like this, make sure to like the video, leave a comment or something, and yeah, so that's it guys. I'll see you around. Mr. Supremacy out.